friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is LaDonna. I'm a homeschooling mom of 2, and on my channel I just like to share what we're learning, how we're growing, and what God is doing in our lives. Okay, it's a really rainy day. The lighting is not the greatest, so I'm sitting in front of my back door in hopes that it will help with the lighting and the camera and everything else. So you kind of are getting a different view. As you can see, my girl, she likes to hang some of her artwork on this door, so it's a little bit of a personal area, I guess. So anyway, all right. The point of today's video. I'm super excited because I am going to start sharing with you our curriculum picks for the 2022-2023 school year. Man, that's a lot to say. It's a lot because I feel like we've all been through so much since 2020, and also this is going to be our 3rd year of homeschooling, and I am truly humbled and excited about that. Not only is it our 3rd year, but my fella, my firstborn, my boy, he will be a 7th grader. I can't even believe that. Like, it is so mind-blowing to think that I have a middle schooler, officially a 7th grader. Yeah, not only am I speechless when it comes to that, but also the curriculum picks. I really don't think any of you know what's coming. I think you may have an idea in some areas, but truly I have just prayed about it. I've talked to my husband, I've talked to my kid, and I really do believe this is the best direction for him. So, with all that to say, I'm excited to finally share with you my curriculum picks for my rising 7th grader for the upcoming school year, which will be 2022-2023. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to preface this video with saying there are a few things you will not be seeing. The very first thing I want to say to you is my children in the past have been using teaching textbooks. This past school year, when they finished up their current level, I just went ahead and repurchased the next level. Both of my kiddos are finishing that up. So David is finishing up teaching textbooks level 7. You are not going to be seeing that. He will be doing that throughout this summer. I'm hoping that he will have that finished by the end of August. Another thing you will not be seeing for him, he is a part of the archery program that is provided through our local school. He has been a part of the archery program since the 4th grade, and he loves it. And something that's going to be new for him, he wants to participate in a football program. It is not provided through the school. It's something that is done for the community. It's provided in the next county over. He will be doing that late summer, early fall, and he is really excited about that. So all of those things count as electives and really PE. So I just want to make sure I mention that. Now let's go ahead and jump into the curriculum picks. Okay, so the very first thing I want to share with you is like the thing I had the most trouble with, because for those of you who've been around here, you know that we love BJU Press English. I can't even believe that I can say that I have officially taught 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade English through BJU Press. Now, here's the thing. That is the elementary series. There's a whole different series for middle school and high school. I knew right off the bat that I did not want to go in that direction. I wanted to find something that, like BJU Press, incorporated grammar and writing. So after much research, we have finally settled on, here it is, IEW. So this is the year 1 level B pack, and as you can see, it is the bundle. I'm going to open it up for you. I'm going to take all of this off the top. So here is the structure and style writing guide. That was a teacher's manual that fell out. Okay, here's the structure and style writing guide. The teacher's manual is in here. As you can see, everything that the student needs is provided. And then underneath that is the Fix-It Grammar. So this is the teacher's manual. The student books are in this box as well. But like I mentioned earlier, I really wanted something that included grammar and writing, kind of like what we've already been doing. And I believe that this is the best fit for us and for my 7th grader, and I'm super excited about it. The next thing that's kind of a big deal, you kind of heard me say it a few minutes ago, is math. What did I pick for math for my soon-to-be 7th grader? Well, let me just go ahead and tell you that we still love teaching textbooks. I love teaching textbooks. My kids love it. It has been a tremendous asset to our homeschool. However, my son was ready to move on. So instead of me resisting that, I've decided to listen to him. With that said, I had to take into consideration that, 7th grade math is basically, it's the fundamentals. It's everything that you cover before pre-algebra. I knew that I did not want him to skip that, so I wanted to make sure I found a program that was truly going to set him up for 8th grade and high school math. So again, after much prayer and research, I've looked at a lot of books, and at this point, I truly believe this is what is best for him, since he has decided he is ready to move on from teaching textbooks. We decided to go with the Fundamentals of Math for 7th graders by BJU Press. Now, this is the student work text. So because it is 7th grade math and middle school math, I felt like it was necessary for him to have more instruction time and more of an explanation of the concepts that will be covered within this course. That's why we went ahead and purchased to have access to the distant learning videos. I'm really glad that we did, and I know that this is going to be a really good fit for my 7th grader. Okay, moving on. I want to move on to his history and his science. Now, it's no secret if you've been around here that we did science and history as a family subject this year, and it didn't work for us. I think that is because I have 2 very different students who are at 2 very different levels and who are 2 totally different learners. I am very sad to say that because I really wanted it to work. However, I have just reached a place of freedom to accept what's best for my children. This is not about me and my wants. This is about them, serving them and tailoring their education to them. So we've decided to, go back to the way we started. History and science will be independent subjects. So before I share with you what I picked for my 7th grader, let me just say last year we studied ancient history. Now for my 4th grader, it's not necessarily something I wanted to build off of, but for my 7th grader, yes, it is something I want to build off of and continue building off of so that he can have a good foundation for high school. So we decided to go with The World Story, The Middle Ages by Master Books. Since we went ahead and studied ancient history last year, I think that this is going to be a really great place for him to pick up with his history studies. So what you see right here is the actual textbook. I have looked through this, I have read through this, and I am thoroughly impressed. I think that this is going to be a fantastic fit for him and our homeschool. I also have right here the teacher's guide. So this is where we're going to find all of his workbook pages, timelines, and everything else that's assigned to him throughout the curriculum. Now, my purpose for all of these things, I should have shared this earlier, but I really want to create a little bit more of independence for him since he is a middle schooler. Now, I'm not completely pulling away. However, I do want him to take more responsibility for his education, and I also just want to create room for him to take a little bit more of an initiative. I don't want him to wait around me. I think that he is ready for this. So my plan is to take everything that I'm showing you here and just show him the schedule and show him how to use it. And that's another reason why I went ahead and went with Master Books for history, because if you know anything about master books and their teacher guide, they have a fantastic schedule in the front. So my plan is to show him how to use this, and I'm just going to go back and check his work. So anyway, this is what my 7th grader will be using for history, and I'm really excited about it. Okay, so since we're talking about history, let me just go ahead and talk about reading, because if you know anything about my son, you know that when it comes to reading, I like to incorporate historical fiction. Now, last year we did have a history curriculum, but my son did not want to continue with that curriculum. So, like I mentioned earlier, I am listening to him and what he is saying in regards to his educational journey. So for reading, I decided to go back to what I did in the beginning and pick some historical fiction books for him to read. I do have those right here, which really, I have 4. I have 4 historical fiction books for him to read. I have The Adventures of Robin Hood. I have King Arthur. I have The White Stag. And then I also have the Bible Smuggler. This other book right here is a Who Was Joan of Arc book. I know it's below reading level, but it's going to be really good for him as he studies the Middle Ages. And what I did for King Arthur and Robin Hood, I went ahead and purchased these literature guides from Memoria Press. So here is King Arthur and here is Robin Hood. We are just going to start with these 2 and we're going to see how it goes. If he likes them, then I will purchase more. If he doesn't, then I know for future references that we need to go in a different direction. I do have my eye on another program, but as of right now, I have not committed to it yet. I think that it's just going to be best for him and for us to start here, just allow it to flourish organically. I don't want to just hand him something and say, here, do it. He really does like to read, and I want to just kind of nurture that. So I'm trying to be very careful not to just pick something for the sake of picking, you know, a resource. I really want to pick the right resource for him. This is his history / literature, I guess, and it's going to be great. I did share in a previous video that this past year, what surprised me the most was our science curriculum. So because of our experience, we decided to go ahead and stick with master books, and my 7th grader, he will be studying the physical world. So this particular study covers machines in motion, heat and energy, inventions and technology. I did show him what was available within this series, and this is what he picked, so this is what we're going with. I also have right here the teacher's guide, and like I mentioned earlier, this is where you can find all of the worksheets and activities that go along with each lesson. Okay, now let's move on to some of his independent work. What I have right here is his Worldly Wise book, and it is book 6. This is something we've been doing from the very beginning. We use it as a supplement. We do not use it as a full curriculum, and I find tremendous value in it. I definitely think is necessary within our homeschool when it comes to transitioning from one subject to the next. The next thing I want to show you is what I chose for spelling. Now, I know that he is a 7th grader, and typically 7th graders do not continue with spelling. However, for him, I see it as a confidence builder, and I just want to continue with that. So for this year, what I decided to go with was the spelling workout, and this is level G. We just wanted something simple and straight to the point. We did Evan Moore this past year, and it was okay, but we just wanted to try something different. So this is the student workbook, and I also have the teacher's manual right here. It has the answers in it, so I can go back over his work. I also have right here his handwriting. We love the handwriting from The Good and the Beautiful. This is level 7. I wasn't gonna make him do it, but when I realized this was the last book within the series, I thought, why not? I also have from The Good and the Beautiful Typing 3. So David has completed this whole series by The Good and the Beautiful. I'm super proud of him. This is the last book, and after this, I'm not sure what we will do. We love it. It's short and sweet, and it is to the point, and it works for us. Okay, this next thing, I guess I should have showed it with his history, but I really wanted to make sure that we were incorporating more map work. I guess that's more in the lines of social studies. And I was looking for something that was short and sweet and to the point. I did not have any luck. I wasn't able to find exactly what I was looking for. However, I did find this 180 Days of Geography. Now, it does say it is for 6th grade, and it is for 6th grade, but they don't make anything beyond this level. So since it is world geography, I just went ahead and made the purchase. And the reason why I purchased this particular curriculum is because it is short and sweet. The students literally work on one page a day. So it should not take them more than 15-20 minutes at the most. This particular workbook goes over map reading, creating maps, reading about whatever the topic is for that particular lesson. It helps students to see how they fit in with geography and how they connect to geography. And there are many charts and diagrams for the student to analyze. So this notebook provides 36 weeks of lessons. I'm not going to have him go through all of them. I've looked through this book pretty extensively, and I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to have him stop, but what I will say, there is a section in here on religion that I'm just going to completely have him skip. It's not that I don't agree with what is being discussed in the lesson. However, because of how vague it is, I think that it can be confusing when it starts to discuss different religions that are predominantly found overseas. So you need to make sure, if you do buy this book, that you go through and you read it for yourself and you see if it is a good fit for you and your family. So that is something that's going to go with his history. Another thing that I'm pretty excited about, and he expressed interest in, and I also looked and looked and looked, and I really couldn't find anything that stood out to me, was a health unit. So what I decided to go with is Living Healthy, Nutrition, Exercise, and Making Wise Choices by Master Books. Now, this curriculum is designed for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. However, I did not want anything that was text heavy. Also, I just didn't want information. I wanted there to be activities and vocabulary and other ways for him to interact with the information, and this provides that. I have looked through this book several times, and it is beautiful, it is fun, and it is everything that I was looking for in regards to a health unit for my 7th grader. So some of the topics that are discussed within this curriculum are exercise, nutrition, personal health, environmental health, and safety. There are 72 lessons within this workbook. So this is not intended for a full 180-day school year. You definitely have some flexibility and some wiggle room. I do want to tell you that they do touch on alcohol use and tobacco use within this curriculum, so just be aware of that. You can go to the Master Book website and you can see a sample of everything, but I am very impressed with this, and I do believe that this is going to be a good fit for him. So if you want more information about this, please let me know below in the comments. Okay, that's it. My pile is gone. So friends, these are my curriculum picks for my 7th grader for the 2022-2023 school year. Please let me know below in the comments if you've used any of these things. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please let me know if you would like to see a flip through, and please let me know below if you are ready for the upcoming school year, if you're still trying to finish up this school year, or if you just kind of have your heart and your eyes set on summer. I would love to hear about it. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Bye.